Good afternoon. Right, I'm going to add some more flowers because I didn't do that many. So, yeah, we'll crack on and do that. I remember they had these little things which are like, well, I think they're meant to be sort of confetti for cards, but they're probably... Okay, well, we'll pick those up later. How are you all? Oh, only you could do that, Susan. Honest to goodness, they've gone everywhere. Okay, we'll just ignore that. Right, I can't even remember where we got to. Where did we get to? Yeah, we were playing around with wool, weren't we? That chenille wool was such a surprise. It really was. Worked really well. Right. Yeah, so I'm going to put some of those on. No, they've gone everywhere. Hedgehog is there. Cool. Oh, I thought about this. I can't remember what they're called. You know when you stitch it on your machine and you have a little feeder piece, and I thought maybe I could turn that into a bird nest. Chop a little bit out. I can't find those little wooden robins that I had. I don't know where they've gone. I've literally looked everywhere. They're going to turn up, I know they are, but at the moment I don't know where they are. Right, now we've scattered those things everywhere. What colour beads should we have in the middle? Because they're going to need a bead to hold them on. None of those colours. Right, bear with me. Ow. Nothing like being organised. Hang on guys, I'm coming. I know you expect me to be organised, but you know, I think these are too small because these are the size 15s. I think they'll just fall straight through. Let me pause you. I'll be back in a sec. Right, start again, shall we? Okay, so I managed to pick up all the ones I spilt. Oh, I've just seen two. And I found the beads I was looking for. I think they're going to be the right size. Which are Gutermann beads. I thought they'd all look quite nice, the same colour in the middle. And we're going yellow. So, right. And of course now I haven't got a beading needle in there, have I? Oh, I brought my book over, so that's good. Let me just see if that one will go through. It might do. Quite small. Oh yeah, cool. Right, I'm going to put those there out of danger's way because we've already had a disaster. Right, I've just got some ordinary sewing thread here. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'll stitch them all on and then do a stem, or I might just do clusters of these actually. They don't need stems necessarily. Okay, that's a really long piece of thread. Yeah, thank you for, I think it was you, Mari, wasn't it? Mary, sorry, keeping me up to date with when the next announcement is of the next thing that we're doing. So, yeah, I'm glad I've got you lot to keep me all in, you know. Stop me getting confused in my old age, because, you know, that happens quite a lot, unfortunately. Right, so I need one of these and a bead. I've just come back from sports day. It was Eleanor's sports day at school, and then I obviously got lumbered. Well, say lumbered. I also did dog walking as well, so we've not long been back because the sports day was right sort of in the middle, smack bang in the middle of when my daughter normally does all the dogs. So yeah, it's been a bit of a rush. She's still got my car because hers, we think, has officially died. So yeah, just did that run the wrong way. But I said to her, I've got to have it for next week because I've actually got to go into work next week. So I mean, thankfully we only have to go in every 3 weeks and we're allowed to work from home at the moment. It could all be changing, sadly. in which case it's time for me to find another job because I can't face going back into the office. There's just no need for it, but we try and explain it to them, and it just falls on deaf ears. Because my colleague Hannah, she lives a long way away. Well, I say a long way away. It's a good hour's journey for her every morning, and you know, she started with us just before the pandemic, and she said, you know, the job was that I had to go in 2 days a week, but I could work from home the rest of it. I said, well, you know, then you're all right. I said, unfortunately, me and my other colleague, Catherine, we are stuck with, you know, you're supposed to be office bound. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. So, I don't know. I'd love to be able to leave, but yeah, got to pay the rent, unfortunately. So, part of life, isn't it? Part of life. Just have to get on. It's been glorious weather here in the UK, which is unusual. We usually have rain or something. And yes, we are obsessed about talking about the weather. It's a British thing, don't you know? Yeah, I don't know if you I don't know who the lady was. Sorry, somebody was interviewing Rachel, Roxy Creations, and I'd never seen her, you know, face to face before, so I don't think she was very comfortable being filmed, bless her. And you know, in your head you get a certain idea of what people look like. She just didn't look anything like I thought she would do, so yeah. Yeah, she didn't look comfortable at all, so I don't think we'll be seeing it very often. Because she's doing those tours now, isn't it, or something she's doing, so she's helping out with a sort of a craft tour thing. See, that'll do for me for a job. Can somebody do it down in the southwest, please? I'd love that. Oh yeah, I could take you here, I could take you there. Oh, one day, Susan, one day you'll be able to retire, and then it's just you and your YouTube buddies. I'll start up Patreon when I can do that. I think at the moment I just think, yeah, you haven't got time to commit to something like that, so we can do things together on Patreon. Not that I've got any idea how it works, something I'd have to have a look at. Right, so we've got a nice little clump down there. That's quite pretty. I like that. Let's put some more. Let's do some more here. Let's do some more here. Yeah, yesterday I wasn't, because I only had to work. I was covering my colleague. She was on holiday, and so I had to do Monday and then Tuesday. I don't usually work a Monday, so it meant that it's my short week this week, so I only got 2 days to do this week, so I only had to work Monday and Tuesday. That was nice. Mind you, I said to her, I'm never covering a Monday again. She said, why? I said, it was absolutely manic. She went, yeah, Mondays are a little bit crazy. I said, oh, great, thanks for the warning. So, yes. These are sweet. I can't even remember what they're called. I've got loads of them. I've got these little hearts and little tiny butterflies. They're kind of like confetti for in your cards, but these I love. I can't remember for the life of me where I got them from. But they're very handy because they're super diddy, as you can see. flowers to do. I think I'd like to try and do an alum, because I like alums. They are one of the flowers I really like. And my agapanthus, it's trying to come out, so I don't know whether it's actually going to do anything this year. I don't know if are they biennial, because it was absolute picture last year. Both of them, because they both flowered. I've got them in pots because apparently they like their roots to be restrained. I don't know, that's what my sister-in-law told me, and she is a very planty person. So I'll just put a couple more of these on. I'll have a go at maybe doing some alums. Where should we put some more? Quite a lot of flowers up there. Down there, yeah, it's really down here that's a bit lacking. Could put some here. Yeah, let's have a little clump of them going through there, I think. And then we'll try and make something look like what I think it should look like. Sorry, those kids next door are really noisy. We're over the other side of the house now, so we get that noise, but we don't get the grooming noise, so that's something. Dog grooming, in case you're new here. I live next door to a dog groomer, and it gets a little bit noisy sometimes. Gosh, she was doing one the other day. Oh my lordy, I nearly went out because the noise was horrendous. It's a dog that didn't like having its feet touched. God, jeepers. It really didn't like having its feet touched. Yeah. Eleanor didn't know I was coming to her sports day, her little face. She was like, oh, Nanny, hi. Her brother was supposed to be going and he couldn't get out of college. So I said to her, is it all right for me to be here? Your Dylan isn't, because she absolutely adores her big brother. And he's got a different mum. And she went, no, it's great, Nanny. Thank you for coming. I said, oh, bless you. She can be nice sometimes. I don't envy my daughter, actually. She's gonna have her hands full with that one. Yes. Right, I think that might do for those. We can always add more as we feel the need. I need to get this done because I think, is it today we got a new one? What's today? Wednesday? No, Thursday today. Oh, I'll have to check Rachel's channel. It's weird actually because I am subscribed, but it doesn't notify me, and I don't know why it doesn't do that, because I've got the notification thingy on, so it's not that. But yeah, I never seem to get a reminder. Because I watch so many other channels, I guess it doesn't necessarily come up in my feed. I don't know. Had a very successful day lino printing yesterday, or lino carving and printing yesterday. So, oh, it was so messy. It literally went everywhere. So, but it was good. Right, now you stay contained this time. Okay. Now then, where am I going to put these blooming alums? There's not much space left on this now. I want to do them so that they show up. See, I don't know what we got to do next. Maybe I'll just do, say, 1 or 2 or something, and then I suppose I could do one coming up here. I wanted it a bit bigger than that. I could do them in that pot there actually, couldn't I? Yes, that's what we'll do. Are you in screen? Yes, you are. Right, so we're going to have them coming out of there. Now, I haven't really thought this through. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I'm sort of thinking spiky with a little diddy French knot on the end. I've got this thread again. I love this stuff. I've said it before. Oh, before I forget again, a lovely, I can't remember your name, I'm so sorry. Mind you, don't really like your names being called out. Thank you for the super thanks. That was really, really kind of you. Yeah, really nice. Thank you. Every little helps, as they say. If you're not in the UK, there is a supermarket here. That is their brand. Their thing, Tesco's. Every little helps. I think Sainsbury's have adopted it now as well. Right, what are you doing? Stop talking and think. Right, so if that goes there, let's do the stems first. Slightly taller one there. I might get a nice purple thread actually, because the ones that I used to have were purple. Well, they're onions basically, aren't they, Allums? But yeah, it's very pretty. But it didn't smell of onions as far as I remember. I think that'll do actually. I want these to be quite fine. I might use some sewing thread actually. Let me just grab my box. I won't be 2 shakes of a rabbit's tail. Because I've got, if I remember rightly, a really nice, yes, it's a Gutermann 100% cotton, and it's, yeah, I like that one. Yes, I do have a bit of a thread problem. I'm going to double it up. Let's have a look and see what that stitch is like. Should be pretty good actually. Right, what do you do with the needle? Oh. Okay, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. It's still on the thread, so I can't find it. I've got to do something with my alt pot. It's getting fuller. Might make something with my alts soon. It's a little IKEA pot. Love that one. Love its size. It's short and squat, just like me. There was a bloke at the sports thing. I said to him, "You've got an unfair advantage," and he sort of looked at me. I said, "How tall are you?" He was 7 foot tall. He was enormous, because, you know, only being 5'1", he looked like a flipping giant. He was massive, but he wasn't a big bloke, you know, just tall and skinny. So I think he was one of the granddads. So there's loads of people there. I was really surprised actually. Very well supported, bless them. It's the school I used to work at when the kids were little. I worked at that school as a teaching assistant, and it was very different then. It was always considered, because the school that my children went to was sort of like in the middle of the village, and the one that Eleanor goes down to is down by the church, and it is always looked on as a bit of a second class school, you know, with the ones that mine went to as the posh one, which it wasn't. Yeah, so but I think the tables have turned now. I think it's come up in its ranks, if you like. It's got a decent head teacher at last, because the one when I was there, she was chocolate fireguard. That's all I can say. I had to leave in the end because it was just, yeah, it wasn't good. Right, so concentrate now. I've lost my thimble things downstairs. I'm starting to feel it already. Must be the way I sew. Try not to pull up. I don't want it going weird with the camera. So I'm thinking it's just sort of from the stem, doing a bit of a firework. You're not going to see it. It's not showing. But we'll know it's there, won't we? I'll give you a close-up in a second. Of course, I'm trying to go through this heavy crochet lace, which is a nightmare. Let's do it slightly bigger and see if we can get it to show up. Yeah, it was boiling hot as well. It was the sun really came out a treat for them, really, because there's nothing worse than a rainy sports day and damp children. God dear. Oh, I used to hate wet play. Nightmare. So it was always the teaching assistants that were just sort of like, oh, we're going for our tea break now, so, you know, you stay in the classroom. Oh, yeah, cheers for that. Thanks. Oh. Very undervalued members of staff, the teaching assistants. Well, they used to be. I think they're a lot more thought upon as, you know. Well, I was blooming teaching in the end, and I know when I went for the job, I thought, oh, it's going to be a breeze. It was it, heck. No, it was blooming hard work. And I had a kid. I still to this day don't know how I ended up as his one-to-one. I just, yeah, I quite often think about it and I'm like, how did that actually happen? Did I volunteer for that? Because I don't remember doing so. Yeah, and he had some real big social, emotional, mental health problems. God dear. Yeah. I mean, it put me in good stead for the job I do now, which is the safeguarding side of it. So, you know, we knew what was wrong. He's yeah, he was just a very sad little boy. Anyway, you don't need to hear about all that rubbish. He's a fully grown adult now. These are not showing up at all. Not quite as spectacular as I was hoping they were going to be. Trying to think what else I can do. Maybe it needs a really light background. Might finish this one off and then I don't know, we'll have a look, see if we can find somewhere else to, what's going on here. Ah, there. Do you have teaching assistants in the States? You must do. You must have classroom assistants or something like that in with the children. They have them in all, you know, even in secondary schools here in the UK for kids with SEN needs and that. Right, well, they don't show up at all, so I'm a little bit disappointed in that. I was hoping they were going to be really spectacular and they're not. So let's see if we can find somewhere to do some more. The colour is spot on, but You can't see them. They're tiny. Could do some here, couldn't I? Coming up there. Why are you going behind there? You stay there. Right, let's try that again. How long have we been going? Ooh. Can't see. 23 minutes, right? Okay. Just try this one more time and then make it a bit short and sweet. As I say, we should have a new prompt. Second to last, I think, isn't it? Grief. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work for her and her sister. I don't envy them the task. Well, is it? I don't know. Because, well, yeah, I suppose it is. Because then you have to do the stitching to go along with it. I think her sister still is working, isn't she? It's a lot of work, but we all appreciate it. Let's do one here. Ow. I'll try and get through this pelmet violin. Oh, it's gone through all right, so that's all good. Right, let's just try for 3. I thought the cat had just come in. Oh, gold. You sort of brace yourself, ready for her to jump up somewhere. But she hasn't, so that's good. Right, so. Let's just think about what we're stitching. Well, let me think about what I'm stitching. You probably do it perfectly well. Just trying to get it that it goes through the fabric and not through the pelmet violin at the back. Because it's a little bit stiff if you do that. Yep, come on, just through the top fabric. That's all you gotta do. It's not what your nails are for, Susan. I was thinking of little French knots at the end, but I don't think it needs it. That's okay. Let's get to the next one. Let's scoot across the back of the fabric. I watched a very interesting, well, it was a YouTube bloke, but he was talking about how YouTube works and all the algorithms and just stuff. And also, I don't know if you watch Kate at the Last Homely House. She's recently split her channel into one that is just crafting and another that focuses on her gardening. And I'll say this guy was talking about the same thing. To apparently it's better for the algorithm, because apparently it's an algorithm. If you just stick to almost like one subject. I thought, oh, okay. So yeah. So as I say, she's now doing a gardening channel, and then she's got her stitching one. So interesting. Because I am starting to thinking of doing a separate cooking one. Because apparently I could be damaging this channel by doing too many things. I know it doesn't make any sense, does it? You'd have thought that if you're covering quite a few topics of interest, that actually it would be better for you, but apparently it's not. I've got no idea how YouTube runs, as you can tell, but I find stuff like that interesting. So yeah, I don't understand social media, a lot of it, because it's a generational thing. Us in our 60s, I've said it before and I'll say it again, computers were just like, I've got more computer in my phone than was in the great big one that took up a whole room that did the wages in my first job. So yeah. And well, I suppose if you're in the industry, you have kept up with it, because the girl's father was very much into computers and stuff, and he seems to have kept up with it. So, but yeah, it's interesting stuff if you like that sort of thing. I'm going to start down here this time. Right, get out of the way, you. I'm trying to get them all to come out of the same hole, and then that way yeah, so I might do that. So if you don't see any more cooking on my channel, I'll leave. If I do it, I'll leave a link, because there's a lot of single people out there, and yeah, I seem to sort of be able to live on quite a tight budget. So well, it's a case of necessity more than anything. But I'm not coming out of the same hole, and they're kind of overlapping, which is slightly annoying. But they kind of look allium-ish, so I'm going to go with it. You've moved? Why have you moved? Perhaps I caught it. Just one more there. I've got to go and get my eyes tested. I'm really struggling to see up close at the moment. which is annoying because it was always my strength, because at distance I'm absolutely rubbish. But what I need to do is go over these again, because they are on the lighter spectrum of that thread. It's a beautiful thread, mind. I do love variegated. I bought up, oh, it's over there. Sorry, half a sentence there. I bought, I had a bit of a, honestly, my lounge was just getting ridiculous. I think it had more craft stuff in it than anything. So I had a bit of a sort out and a tidy up, and I found the bag. Do you remember the one we? Well, if you've been here a while, we stitched this, didn't we? A hexi puff bag. And I found it stuffed in a cupboard, honestly. But in it, I knew I had these threads. Do you think I could find them? No, because I couldn't remember what I'd done with them. But yeah, all those. So there. Because they go with, they were with this Yorkshire button kit thing, which I keep promising to show everybody. Well, I showed it, I promised it ages ago. Yeah, and I still haven't got around to it. Yeah, so look at these. These would have been perfect to stitch flowers. They're the anchors that I picked up at the West Point show, not, was it last year or the year before? Yeah, look, I don't know, just stuffed in a bag. Still, I found them now, so that's all good. Anyway, where were we? I was rudely interrupted with a thing. There is a playlist on that Hexi Puff bag if you want to do one. Right, that'll do. Oh, itchy nose all of a sudden, excuse me. Right, well I might leave that there for now. Oh, let's have a look at that bird nest. Because I don't know what we've got to do next, and if it is something, obviously it's something else to add, but I might be able to squeeze in some more flowers around there. But yeah, they're all right. They're kind of okay. Okay-ish. And they're okay-ish. They didn't show up very well at all. Love these little things. They're great fun. And mixed in with that sewing, knitting thread. How fun is that? Great. Like that. I need to stitch that down because that's annoying me that it keeps popping up. Quickly do that. Yeah, bird's nest. I don't know what to do. I'll say if I could find those little bird buttons. That company's never been back to the West Point show. I was going to stock up because I was hoping they were going to be there, but they weren't. I need to check out. I'm pretty sure they are online, so I need to check it out, don't I? Just stop being so lazy and get some Diddy bird buttons again. It might have only been a limited edition. I don't know. I'll stitch this down. Stop that hedgehog tucking his bottom under there, the little monkey. Right. Okay, tree. Where are you? There you are. Are we still in shot? Yeah, cool. Yeah, so what I was thinking, because it looks like a bird's nest. Yes, so it's where you stitch over the edge. Just kind of needs to be sort of cup shape, really, doesn't it? Settle in there. I might actually try and make a little bird or something. I just can't think where I've put them. They're not in the button thing. I don't know. I just do not know. Let's put it here, I think. some big tacking stitches because you really cannot see them at all. Right, I think that'll do. That's well and truly on there. I'll say if I can find my little bird, if I can sit him in there. Oh, look at that hot mess on the back. I don't think it's ever going to fit in the box, you know. Let me get it down. I said I'd do it last time and I forgot, didn't I? Yeah, we might have to do a plan B on that. Oh, I didn't lose it, Lynn. Are you proud of me? It's probably covered in dust, but yeah, because the plan was it was going to fit on there. Oh, I might do feet on the bottom. I don't know. Undecided on that yet. No idea what that is. Where? Oh, I forgot what I was going to do. Right, so that was going to roll on there. Let's have a quick dry fit. Quick dry fit. Yeah, I don't think it's going to fit. Good size of it. Yeah, it's not going to happen, is it? No, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't even make a hole yet. Nice one. Oh, it is going to fit. Just. Oh, that is so close. Right, so once it's on its little windy out thing. Oh, Susie, well done. Yeah, so once that tube is on that dowel, I think that'll be fine. So you can just roll it out and look at it then. Cool. For the life of me, I can't remember what I was going to do with those. I'll have to go back and watch my video. Oh, I bet they're for the were they to support that? There might be. Yeah, I think it. No, it can't be because that's got to go through there. I don't know. I'll watch my own video back anyway. But it is going to fit. So even if that windy bit doesn't work, at least it's got a nice box to sit in, and what have you. So right, that's enough waffling for one day. Thank you very much for watching, and yeah, we will be back. I don't know when they release the next prompt, basically. So right, did I do? Is that close enough for you? Yeah, so little alums there, and that's the little, like those sweet little things, and then some more there, and some more there. Didn't do a lot, did I really? Anyway, doesn't matter. Oh, and a bird nest. Yeah, as I say, if I can find that little robin, I'll tuck him in there. I'll have another search. Right, well, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, we'll wait for the next prompt. More excitement, and as I say, it's nearly done, because that's all I've got left. So I hope it is. Alright, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.